how did we get so far? And by far I mean karaoke-wise, and far into the deep Mekong Delta of An Giang. Don't worry, more amazing karaoke coming right up. I know that's why you're here, right? Bronson would definitely agree. Let's go back to the night before. Saigon, showerless, and I don't mean the lack of rain. We all boarded a small van of sorts. We are the movers and shakers, the people who love Vietnam. Oh, these guys right here, yeah, these guys. The streets of Saigon lay still in the wee morning hours, and before long you're out of the city. Bathroom breaks, restaurants, snack shops, whatever you want to call them, and even some have displays of beautiful fish. These symbolize wealth and fortune, like the Asian arowana here. Oh my god, they have arapaima! Oh wait, what? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? It's an arapaima. Oh my god, is there two? There's two arapaimas! Guys, these are the world's largest freshwater fish. Wow, that's crazy.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Really? You've never seen an arapaima before?
No. Look at that thing. I had an uncle that looked like that.
Dude, look at these guys, man. This is a monster. Anyways, back on the road.
Oh, try one time.
You want some more? I buy some more.
And a few hours later, we were in An Giang, and the sun rose and greeted us with lines and phrases more original than this one. Do you know that feeling when you get out of a car after an overnight drive? And I'm not talking about the need to brush and bathe, but I'm talking about that gentle excitement of reaching your destination, your quay, dare I call it quay hung, and the memories that suddenly come back through familiar paths, the countryside, your countryside, the neighbors who greet you from silent distances, unsure exactly who you are, but quite familiar to them. And eventually you do see more familiar faces, 1 or 2 or 50, and you're quickly reminded of not only your journey to return to Vietnam, but your journey from Vietnam.
Nhớ con không?
Nhớ, nhớ kịp đó vô đó.
Khoan mới năm trước nè.
Mười mấy năm rồi đó.
Mười mấy năm hả?
10 năm rồi đó con. Hen.
Greetings left and right, food right and left, noodles of all sorts, fresh from the neighbor's cart, filled with ingredients grown locally, and the happiness from the vendor who had just sold an additional 20 bowls because the Viet Kieus have returned, and they've returned ravenously, starving not only for food but for a sensation that brings them closer to wherever it is that they came from. And in moments like these, especially before the sun reaches its peak midday and your clothes aren't exactly soaked in your own sweat, yet you realize just how much you missed Quay Hung. Market was intense, like all other fish markets here in Vietnam. If you want an adventure, fish markets are always intense, right guys?
Absolutely, lots of fish. And it's a market.
Wear the proper shoes and find yourself a small local market, preferably ones in the Mekong Delta, like here. If not, I'm sure there are ones in Saigon or any other major cities as well. You just have to know where to look and wake up early and visit a whole other world in a sense. Let's talk about Dùng Sông Cửu Long, the greater Mekong Delta region of Vietnam. The rich river systems that provide fertility for the people's crops and prime breeding grounds for mosquitoes. Please be aware of how juicy and delicious your meat is. They say Thịt Viet Kieu thơm lắm, but beyond that, the Mekong Delta is often explored through the touristy cookie-cutter tours that give a very shallow glimpse of the region, and I assure you, very few people actually hold giant snakes over their necks or spend days holding beehives. If you don't have any family or friends, I get it, it's okay. A day tour might be okay. But if you do have family or friends, make it a point to experience this region of Vietnam for a few extra days, because they'll be rewarding.
Làm chân đi em, múa chân đó em.
What more can I say without drooling again? Plates and plates of food on a tarp because no table could hold round one. Ambitions to eat food that we've longed for all year, and to drink the drinks we usually drink, but without ice. Just deal with it, okay? It's a wonderful thing that I didn't appreciate much when I first came to Vietnam, but as I got older, more nostalgic, less funny, and run out of original things to say, I have to admit, I long for moments like these. And now, what you've all been waiting for.
Anh xin lỗi em, hãy tha thứ cho anh lần này. Đừng rời xa anh, em nói đi em rất yêu anh.
And even this chicken was really into the karaoke, and that's Mien Tay for you. That's life. Tin roof homes, nhà mái tôn, a life that used to be, that still remains somewhere in Vietnam. Life is like a pool full of guppies, gabe mao. You're never going to know what color you'll see. I see some blues and some yellows, probably. Do they really have 7 colors? Only you can determine that. Life is also like individual packets of shampoo. What's my point? I don't know. I've tried them all, and I think Rejoice is my favorite. Try different things in your life, that's my point. Or try a hammock with your friends, or posing for a picture in video mode, or try taking off your shoes when you enter someone's house. Try everything. A special thanks to Trang and her family for their hospitality and for letting me come along. As I said before, and I'll say it again, when Vietnam is a long distant memory for me, I won't remember the places nor the foods as much as I'll remember the people and the moments I spent with them. Thank you. Now it's your turn to create moments and memories.